Hey everyone, it's the Miss Blue Radio Show. Y'all know what it is, aka Radio's Badass. And I have DJ Brandice with me tonight on a virtual interview. Well, with me today, not yet tonight on a virtual interview. And first off, how's it going?
I'm going great. I hope yours is good too.
Yes, I cannot complain. I'm running on God fuel right now because I was tired, but He got to make me have this awesome energy. So I've checked out your music. I've actually got to see you live in performance. Let people know a little bit about yourself, how long you've been in music, and just some of the things that got you started in music.
All right, like I said before, my name is DJ Brandice. Sometimes people call me DJ B, depending on how they met me. Some know me as an artist. Some people know me as a producer and engineer. And basically, I got started in music from basically a very young age. Started listening to like Alicia Keys and Erykah Badu and all these people like that, who has been like a very big inspiration for me. When like creative wise, thinking of how I write my music, how I actually produce my music as well.
Nice. And how long would you say you've been writing?
Writing probably maybe 3 of the 5 years that I've been doing this.
Awesome. What do you think, like in terms of just like the music industry, the direction it's going for a lot of female artists? What would you say? Would you say that you're happy with the direction, or would you say that you would like some change? And if so, what type of change?
I definitely would like to see more change happening. I see a little bit, little bits and pieces here and there, but I'm thinking more. I would like to see more change in like more female producers and engineers because there's like so few of them that actually do that. You see a lot of artists out there, and that's significantly increased. But you don't see a lot of like female producers getting the recognition that they really deserve.
You know what? I totally agree because even in the underground market, like when I put out projects, I've always wanted to find a female producer and engineer, but I don't know where they hide, like what type of rocks they hide under, because it's almost impossible. Why do you think that it is like that? Do you think that it's like a male chauvinist type of industry, or it's just not enough women themselves that's coming forward saying, "Hey, I produce and I do what the guys are doing."
I think it's probably a combination of, being super saturated and super male dominated and everything. Um, it just kind of scared to give women the credit.
Right.
And because people don't see women doing this, they think that maybe women couldn't produce or whatever, something like that. They have to be an artist or something to get it.
That's really messed up. And when I think about producers and things like that, I think about someone that I worked with out here. She's moved, I can't remember where, but Puka Scotty. I don't know if you ever ran into her, but she was dope at what she did. And I was always like, why is it so hard to find people like yourself? So you, as far as producing, you're also an artist yourself.
Correct.
So let's talk about your like the actual rap, because you do rap, but do you sing as well?
I have some songs I sing as well.
Okay, so we talked about a little bit of like the influences behind the singing, but who are some of the people that influenced you as far as your rapping?
I listen to a lot of Christian hip hop artists, and one of my favorites is a rapper by the name of D1, and another one you probably know a little bit better is called. His name is called Lecrae.
Definitely know Lecrae.
Yeah. So
Nice.
they're kind of my influences for Christian hip hop and rapping, kind of emulate their style a little bit.
Dope. So let's get this straight for everybody. DJ Brandice is a rapper, but you would consider your music spiritual rap, not secular rap, correct?
It's Christian hip hop.
Christian hip hop. So that's awesome, because my next question I'm going to ask you is, do you feel like, as far as Christian hip hop rap, do you think that there is enough faces that's representing that in mainstream?
Um, Not really, actually. I would like to actually see a lot more people doing Christian hip hop.
You say you would like to see it more?
Yeah, I would like to see a lot more people doing that.
Yeah, I do. Do you think there's a market or a lane though for Christian hip hop?
I think a lot of people underestimate just how they can really work Christian hip hop and the regular stuff as well.
Mm, I think so because I'm not sure. I know that the world is we're moving in like this crazy secular realm where most artists are talking about sex, drugs, violence, everything violent. But I don't think that there's really enough Christian hip hop artists. It's primarily rappers. It's a lot of R&B.
Hmm.
But yeah, I think I would like to see more of that. But do you also think it has a lot to do with morals? Like, would you personally feel comfortable with hearing a Christian rap song on 97.9? I'm not sure if you listen to it, but it's
I
primarily
do.
a secular station.
Me personally, I would love to hear more Christian rappers on a station like that. And but it's like it's hard to get certain stations to actually let you do something that's about God. All of a sudden, they don't want to play it or something.
I just think it's so much politics in this. And to me,
Worried about people getting offended or
right, that's what it is. That's
and
what
I'm
it
like,
is.
it's so much good music out there that is Christian hip hop or even Christian music like that. But I'm specifically talking about Christian hip hop, which it seems like more people relate in the sense that they listen to a lot of rap music
Mhm.
and hip hop music. It's like, you know, why not incorporate God in it?
Mm, I totally agree. But do you think that this is the genre or the era of people to do that, with to kind of combine the two? Because, like you said, every time I look up, somebody is offended by comedy. Somebody's offended by. I think Lizzo changed something in her song. What was the word? I'm trying to. What was that word she changed? Was it? She said the word retarded, like go retarded or something
I
like that. I
think
don't
so.
remember the line. Who thinks that you're talking about a special needs person? You're just thinking, I'm gonna go crazy. I'm gonna go. Since when was that bad? Like, I know growing up on like the 80s music in the early 90s, they said horrible stuff.
Absolutely.
So yeah, I think you're right. I think it's just like everybody is so sensitive,
Hmm.
and that's pretty messed up. But kudos to you for staying in your lane. I think that's very important. How important is it to you to stay in your Christian hip hop and not, kind of lean into secular? Because they try to convert you over. I mean,
Yeah.
have you ever had a situation where you're telling someone that you do Christian hip hop and they're like, "Yeah, I can hear you spitting this on this secular track though." Like, how important is it to still have those values?
I think it's important for me because mostly that's what I write and that's who I am. And, that's kind of the creative mindset I'm in. Most of the time, whenever I'm writing a rap, it doesn't really come out secular. And if I'm coming out something that's secular, like what you hear normally, it doesn't really feel right in me. And I can't really write something like that and put it out there. And I'm like, this doesn't sound good to me.
It just sounds like you know yourself very well and you stayed true to yourself. You stayed very true to yourself. And I mean, I've had to too, because believe it or not, I've had people that wanted me to do Christian hip hop or something. And it's like, and this is my thing when it comes to Christianity. And I hope nobody gets offended when because I just say I tend to be raw when I'm talking, but I feel like I don't whatever God you serve, I don't care because I know which one I serve. Okay, that's the man of spirits. Okay, but I feel like in terms of Christianity in the secular in the Christian realm, I think people think because you make secular music, you're not a Christian. You represent God. That's so crazy to me. Like, just I might cuss and stuff. I'm a what they call, I'm a flawed Christian, but
Mm-hmm.
I know who I serve. Do you think that you can be a secular rapper and still serve God? Do you feel like there's any, non-correlation to that, or it's the same thing?
Absolutely, you can be a Christian and still do secular music or secular rap or whatever like that. There's plenty of people that believe in God and serve God, and of course, their music doesn't really reflect that, but they do.
Right. Absolutely. I'm glad because it's not often that I have a Christian rapper on. Um, Again, I mean, who knows? They might look at my show and just like, oh, that's not good for my brand. I don't know, but I know that I do serve God, and I feel like it should just be more secular people that accept Christian hip hop on mainstream radio, and that's just my something I've always believed, because I've heard some Christian rap songs, and I'm like, and they got
Yeah.
bars. Like, I'm talking about, they got like 56
Mm-hmm.
bars, and I'm like, what? And they talking about Jesus. So it can be done. So we're talking about creative
They
space.
got a good balance. They got a good balance of like
Yeah.
Christian and secular in their mix, and they do it so well that you forget that it's actually a song about Jesus or something that you're jamming to.
That is facts. I definitely have heard. I'm like, oh. So we're talking about a creative space. Like, if I was in the studio with DJ Brandice sitting in on a session, just like that fly on the wall, what is your mood? Like, what gets you going? What gets you in your element? Like, what gets you going? Like when you're writing and the beat and stuff like that moving you.
For me, when I
Yeah.
first start, I kind of just sit there in silence for maybe good 5 or 10 minutes,
Mm-hmm.
just to clear out everything else and just focus on, okay, what's my next thing I'm going to do, and see what God puts in my mind.
I like what you said. See what God puts in your mind. That is so like that's so inspirational. Like, that's real. So you don't know drinking or nothing like that to get you in your element. You just, hey, I'm gonna just listen.
Yeah.
Just write it. Okay, I'm not mad at you.
I mean, I do drink a little bit, but I don't do that I don't feel like it's necessary for me to drink or smoke or something like that before a
Totally.
session, because I really want to like keep my mind in a state of like purity to where all the creativity can actually flow properly.
That makes sense. I'm not mad at you.
And I don't wake up the next day going like, what did I write?
Right, because that can happen. Now you got to go back in the studio to rewrite stuff because that's not what you were trying to do. So, music wise, when I search you on Instagram music, I look, artists, this is 2022. I want y'all to please get with distributors that will put your music in the Instagram stories. You don't know what celebrity gonna share that story one day and that song go viral. So I saw you had a lot of music in Instagram stories. So are these EPs? Are these just singles? What do you have out there for us?
So far, I've been releasing just singles here and there.
Nice.
Not an official album or EP per se, just kind of like, okay, here's the song this month, and there's a little while later, here's another song, something like that.
Nice. Okay, so singles, but you have like how many singles? I know it was well over 5, I believe.
I think with the release of my last one, which is called Holy, that I released about a month ago, I think that's about 6 now.
Okay. I know I saw a few because Instagram Music will like literally put them all, down the list of everything that you have out as an artist. So I thought that was really cool. So you're definitely putting in work and doing your thing. When it comes to like collaborations, mention some of the people that you work with, but some people, like a dream collaboration for you would be with who and why.
So far, I've worked with a couple of people, which you'll see their name on a couple of my songs, is LEX and another rapper by the name of Fresh Aquarius, who I collaborated with as well.
Nice.
And my dream one would be to collaborate with Alicia Keys, actually.
I just feel like because when we first got on, you mentioned Alicia like quick, so you're a really big fan. Have you been a fan since Fallen?
Pretty much since the first time I heard that one on the radio going to school. That's the minute I'm like, yeah, I want to do music. I want to play piano and all that stuff, which I do.
That's amazing. I can't remember the first time I heard keys. I think I was a senior or a junior, and I'm like you. I was just kind of like, who is that girl? Like, and when I saw the video, I was like, I want those braids. I'll never forget. I had my cousin because she could braid good. She did the blue braids just like that.
Yeah, I was rocking the braids for a little bit.
Braids, just because of her, I was so obsessed. Like, but yeah, agreed that her music is phenomenal, and I hope you get your dream collab. I mean, I know sometimes people say, Blue, you're reaching for the stars. That's a bit much, but I'm reaching for the universe. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to go past the galaxy. I do believe that you could possibly have a dream collaboration with these people.
Absolutely.
I mean, have you ever met a celebrity?
I've actually met a couple.
Okay. People probably you've never, ever dreamed of meeting, correct?
Mm-hmm.
So with that being said, and same here, I say that to say never let people limit what you can possibly do. You know what I'm saying? You just always have to have this insane, thinking that it could happen. And I think those people that are just crazy and really think I could do a record with 50 Cent, and that end up being the person that does a record with 50 Cent, because you just never know what you're speaking to the universe. So I'm really big on that. So I'm hoping that, cross my fingers, that hope happens for you. As far as like production wise, what are you working on? Like, you're working with any artists, any special projects that you're coming out with? You can name that too.
Currently no collaborations at the moment. I'm working on a couple of solo projects right now.
Okay, cool. And you make the beats. You're actually responsible for the production as well. Do you also record?
I record, mix, and produce it. Mix and master.
That is dope. Now, do you do secular music as well? Not yourself, but I'm saying, can a secular artist come into DJ Brandice's spot and record, a secular song?
Absolutely.
Christian hip hop.
I mean, I'm not zoned to just Christian hip hop. I'm zoned to pretty much anyone. I love music in general. I specifically don't do it like that, but I'm open to everybody, pretty much.
I like that because I'm all about like the people that interview on my show. I try to keep in contact. It's been so many now. Like, I started off with like 5 people, and so it was easy to say, "Oh, I'm gonna go to so and so page and share." But now I have a pool of people that like have supported the show. So sometimes somebody might get lost in the sauce, and I'll see them. Plus, Instagram algorithm is messed up. You don't see your friends post. But whenever you have something, please let me know so that I could share it and promote it, because people are always looking for studios to go to, especially ones that I know. So what are some of the things that we could look out for? Like, are you getting ready to shoot any visuals for any of the songs that you've done?
I've thought about a couple, just hadn't gotten around to getting that part out.
Okay, but it's coming soon. It's coming, right?
It's coming.
Okay. Because see, what you can't do, DJ Brandice, is get me excited for something and then it don't ever come. Because I'll be looking. I'll be watching. Like, when I see a video, I'm like, okay, I gotta repost it to my page, because just never know who's on my page. And I feel like I want somebody to get a big break, even if it's not me. I just hope they remember me when they do. But I want to see y'all shine. I really do. That was the whole point of me getting into radio. So out of all the songs that you've done, what would you say is your favorite song that you've written and recorded, and why that particular song?
Ooh, gonna make me think over here.
I'm sorry. I love to make you think.
I probably would say the most recent one, which is Holy.
And why Holy?
Because I've I think I really like feel that one more than any other song I've ever written.
Mm,
Everything from the lyrics I wrote, the vibe of the beat is good. Like it speaks to you.
nice. And I've heard that one. So with that one, you think possibly a visual later on for that?
Definitely for sure.
Definitely. Okay, because that's your favorite one. Were you in a zone, or like what exactly was responsible for that? Because I know every artist that's a writer, when you're writing a particular song, especially when you say your favorite, it's because it reminded you of something you were going through.
Um, I wasn't necessarily going through something per se, but I just really stopped and think just how just like how good God is, and He's holy, and I just kind of let it flow from there.
Hmm. Preach. Preach. Amen. I'm saying amen because he really is, he good. He is really good. And one thing I love many things about God, but I really love the fact that we are as flawed as we are, he still loves us. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Could you imagine being judged by man? Oh girl, look at him. Last week but God looks at it like, yeah, she had a bad week last week, but that's still my child, and I'm still blessed her. And that's what I love about God. One of the things I love about God, many things. So you, my dear, I'm getting ready to see you perform again at the charity event. Okay. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm excited to see you do your thing. And so for you all that don't know, she is going to be performing for my charity event for the Star of Hope, one of my favorite homeless shelter organizations. And she's going to be performing some good music, some spiritual uplifting music, and we need that. So are you getting ready for that, DJ Brandice? That's
Absolutely.
I'm so excited. So will you be performing Holy, you think, that night?
I think so.
Okay, that'll be awesome. Like I said, I love country, pop, when I say I love every type of music, I do not discriminate. So I'm excited to have some different flavor in the building, as well as be giving back to the
Mm-hmm.
community. And I thank you. While I have you on this virtual live, I want to personally thank you for being one of the artists that I didn't even have to, ask too much for. You was just like, I'll be there, and gave me the flyer, the picture for the flyer. It's not so many that's wanting to do a charity event. Like it's always like, what am I getting out of it? And you were just like, I'm
Like,
coming.
how much you gonna pay me for this?
Yeah, and I get it. I get it. I'm all about my coins too. But sometimes we got events that's coming up where it will be paid opportunities. But when it comes to charity, sometimes your heart just got to be in God form. That means I'm giving with nothing, no expectations, just giving from the kindness of my heart to people that don't have it. And so I thank you for that. So that's going down August the 14th. Y'all come out to Exotic Pop. I'm promoting this because she is going to be one of the artists performing. I want y'all to see her live and get pictures and all that great stuff. What are you working on as of now? Like, what can we expect as far as any other shows that you'll be doing as well?
Currently, that's the only one that I have confirmed for. I think I have a couple more that I'm waiting on to hear back from people. So that'll be that. As far as performances go, I'm always looking for more. I'm looking for collaborations as well. I'm
Mhm.
always looking for more opportunities to perform, whether it's paid or not. As long as I'm glorifying God, that's all it really matters.
Amazing spirit. Well, we will definitely on that note stay connected, because like I said, I have several things that we are working out, and we want to start our raw zone showcases back up. So you'll definitely be someone that we keep in mind. And so, are you working on any new songs as of now?
Currently, I'm working on one that's coming up, and that one's going to be called Holy Ghost. So
Mm.
it should be a pretty fun song.
Okay, nice. I want to check that one out as well. Is there I just want to make sure, was there anything that you wanted to touch on while we're here that maybe I didn't ask? I try to ask like when people watch these interviews, and that goes for me as well, I want people, my idea is for people to leave the interview feeling like they know more about you. Because I feel like if you know more about Miss Blue, then you'll be more open to following me, maybe supporting some stuff, liking some stuff, if they can connect with you. So I definitely want them to see you and be like, okay, I learned this about DJ Brandice. She's this, she seemed cool. So is there anything that you would like to touch up on? Maybe even a hot topic that you saw and I didn't mention it. Anything.
I don't really have thinking specifically.
Okay. Nice. And what about how can people find you on social media?
You can find me on Instagram at DJ Brandice Music. And I'm also on Twitter under the same name as well. And all that stuff, Twitter, Facebook. You can just Google my name and you'll pretty much find me.
Because she working, y'all. Okay? She working. Okay, and make sure you all follow her and stream her music. Her new songs is all on Instagram. I mean Instagram music, but all on Spotify and all music platforms as well. We can't forget that. Okay, so if there's not any last shout outs? Anybody you want to give a special thanks to that's just been supporting everything you do?
Actually, it's special shout out for the Age magazine for actually introducing me to you to make this happen.
Nice. Yes, thank you, Post Magazine. Always putting these great people in the mix of Miss Blue. You know what I'm saying? So we just making a real big networking circle, and I just feel like some really good things is gonna come up out of it. So we're working on like paid opportunities and stuff for artists to get some money and stuff like that. And my radio station tonight will be my last show there, and we're moving location, so I'm excited about that. So some changes is coming up. So glad that you are in the loop. So I thank you for being a guest on my show.
Thank you for having me.
You are so welcome. And I am going to share this immediately. So when I send you the link and everything, you can promote it however you choose. I promote it constantly. And I just want to say thank you all for tuning into the show, and thank you all for supporting. It's been a great run. I'm in it like 3 years deep now. I didn't think it would be that long, but I just really appreciate artists like yourself and just more that just want to come to the show and tell their story. So kudos to you again.
I also love your new stuff as well.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. And hey, for the record, I have had some songs with Christian artists as well. I just threw that out there because you're never too big for God. You know what I'm saying? Yes. Just no cussing when you're talking about Jesus. No cuss words, y'all. All right, DJ Brandice. Well, it's been nice. Get ready to see this on social media. Y'all know what it is. Follow your girl, Miss Blue, a.k.a. Radio's Badass. You know why I'm bad. Hey. Y'all have a blessed day.